Hey guys, hope you are doing well. So the Fed raised interest rates with 75 basis points, and it seems to be that they are not stopping for now. My name is Mike Denkler from CorionX, and we are bringing you the most important crypto news, technical analysis, altcoin, NFT, DeFi gems to keep you updated and educated about the evolution of money and the evolution of the internet, because everything's about crypto that we are here for. So let's get into and smash those like, push the bell notification, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And smashing those like is helping out the YouTube algorithm, so appreciate all your likes and make sure push the bell notification all after you subscribe. Also, I should tell you that nothing in this video can be considered as a financial or investment advice, so everything just for your education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research and make your decisions based on your research. So guys, as we see, Bitcoin is down 1.6% and Ethereum is down 4.2%. So Ethereum just dropped much lower than we expected, and these lower trend line will hold, but we see most of the altcoins are in red like Aptos, XC, Shiba, Atom, Doge. All they are dumping. Just WMX and Litecoin and Mina protocol is up. Let's go and check out our favorite indicator, the crypto fear and greed index. It is at 30, so at least the index just left these low 20 zones and now hovering around 30. So the investor sentiment still in fear, but not an extreme like it was in the past few months. So, but we are far away from greediness. So guys, dovish then hawkish. Fed Chair Powell said that crashed the markets. So US equities rallied following the FOMC 75 basis points hike in interest rates, only to crash as Fed Chair Powell hinted at higher than expected terminal rates. So they planning to raise to continue interest rates hikes, and then as they are just also then it will be higher than expected. The terminal rates will be higher, and maybe we will get higher interest rates, and stock market started to fall. So this is the S&P 500, and also Bitcoin and crypto in general followed. So in this week we will get CPI data also that can be another just happening on the market that can push the price lower. But until Bitcoin holds 21,000, it's good to look forward. First news after this, that Bitcoin price bottom takes shape as altcoins that hit a record 78% of supply. So 78% of supply, and this is the Nupur metric, and it has dropped to levels that coincided with market bottoms rise since November 2011. Another bear cycle produces more BTC hodlers, and as you are checking here, this is the Bitcoin hodl waves, and as you see here, that here are the short-term hodlers with these colors, and red and orange, and as we are going into yellow, and these cold colors are the long-term hodlers, 10 years plus, 7 years plus, 5 years plus, 5 years plus. So this is how we see that long-term hodlers are getting higher in these things as they are owning more of the total supply. The evidence suggests that long-term investors are increasingly looking at Bitcoin as a store of value. Okay, despite the worst year in stock and bonds in centuries, Bitcoiners have never held on to more Bitcoin, the analyst noted while highlighting how the floor on selling in Bitcoin held for long term have been increasingly after each cycle. So the floor of Bitcoin hodlers has only increased over the last decade. Okay, so this is the floor in 2014. The highs of Bitcoin hodled has only increased over the last decade. So the highs also are increasing. Now 66% of the hodlers. Okay, cool. Hodler data hints a Bitcoin price bottom. So according to Glassnode, research shows that the Bitcoin tokens held for at least 5 to 6 months are less likely to be sold. The number of these so-called altcoins typically rises during bear markets, highlighting accumulation by the patient long-term investors as short-term investors sell. Okay, so another chart, that percent young versus old coins. So younger coins and an increase in number of coins inactive for at least 6 months, or old coins. So younger coins less than 6 months, older coins more than 6 months. So percent old supply last active 6 months, this is the blue one, and this kind of pink, that percent young coins supply last active less than 6 months, and you see how they are inverse of each other. Okay, moreover, on-chain data tracking Bitcoin's price and its long-term hodlers net unrealized profits and losses NUPL hints as a similar scenario. So entity adjusted long-term hodlers net unrealized profit and loss 7-day moving average. So this is where the highest is the unrealized loss profit and loss ratio, and this always signaling capitulation, and also it has a trend line as you see this blue, and you can check that's capitulation, hope, fear, optimism, belief, denial, and euphoria and greed. That's indicated with these colors. We have long-term time horizon, and the core business is not impacted by the near-term Bitcoin price fluctuation. Yes, so good for them. Cool. Our next piece of news is the soaring inflation data could trigger next Bitcoin collapse, says analyst Benjamin Cohen. Here is his target. So Benjamin Cohen is using different kind of indicators. This bull market support band is a combination of the 21-week exponential moving average and the 20-week simple moving average. So almost the exponential and the simple. I want to draw your attention to the logarithmic regression channel. We are near the bottom of it. It was fit a long time ago. We are coming up to the bull market support band. If we break above it, there will likely be a lot of people FOMOing, fear of missing out, back into the market. If we get rejected by it, if Powell comes out and it's super hawkish or something which could happen, so it happened but not super hawkish but just hawkish, core CPI is at new highs. It's higher today than it was for the entire years. So if core CPI comes out and it continues to come in hot, and the Fed continues to provide us with oversized interest rate hikes, then you could see a lower low sooner rather than later, and then we try to work our way out of into the next bull cycle. So if the Fed raises interest rates further, and also the CPI data is worse than it's expected or it was before, then Bitcoin can drop to 14,000 according to this what's this model, bull market support band and logarithmic regression curve. As I've said, long-term value think is around 20,000. I think it's going to provide a lot of long-term value for Bitcoin. It is going to give you the best price in short term. Yeah, it's hard to say. Short-term moves are very difficult to predict, at least for me they are, but I do think around this price over the macro scale, it's still going to be a relatively attractive price. So maybe short-term, yes, 20,000 can be cheaper, but for a long-term, definitely this is one of those levels that we want to DCAing and buying more Bitcoin. But not a financial advice. Crypto analyst says Bitcoin could triple in price to 63,000 US dollar before next BTC halving. So when will be the next halving? Maybe by March of 2024, but also it can happen earlier, like in December of 2023, depending on the actual timing of the blocks. If it goes to less than 10 minutes, I'm still sticking with the April timeframe 2024. Okay, cool. Remember that it's not the end of it. After the halving, when the real action happens, but before there is a run. So just think about that. 15 months from now, it's a little more than a year, and a quarter, not a long time. Bitcoin can triple and then can do a lot more after that. Bitcoin halving rally begins 15 months before, and now we are perfectly 15 months before the next halving. So guys, this is what we should take in consideration, and this is from Invest Mentor if I'm right. So Invest answers yes. Cool. Let's go and check out our next news. Central bank gold buys this year reach an all-time high, quarterly high in Q4. So 400 tons purchased, and the most on record. So central banks are hoarding gold. They are buying up every gold that they are finding, and Q3 data shows that world central banks stacked close to 400 tons of gold. So these factors have year-to-date demand recover the pre-COVID norms. Year-to-date gold demand resumes its pre-pandemic pace, so it's back to pre-pandemic. Central banks bought almost 400 tons of gold. And whose are those central banks? Qatar, Uzbekistan, Russia, China, and Kazakhstan. Yeah, guys. The continued trend of official sector demand for gold corroborates findings from our 2022 annual central bank survey, in which 1/4 of respondents stated their intention to increase gold reserves in the next 12 months. So central banks seeing that their currencies are just dumping against the US dollar, and also US dollar could also dumping against gold and against other assets, as these huge how should I say, debt Ponzi going around that dominated by the US dollar. So guys, let's go and check out our next news. Ethereum may have the single most bullish price chart in the world, according to macro guru Rob Paul. So Rob Paul is a former Goldman Sachs executive. He has around 1 million Twitter followers, and is the ETH BTC ratio the single most bullish major asset price chart in the world? Might well be. So not Ethereum USD, but Ethereum Bitcoin. And if we expect Bitcoin to going up, and what could we expect if this ascending triangle, this symmetrical triangle will breaking out and to the up? So basically, see Ethereum outpacing until BTC breaks above the major high time frame diagonal downtrend in December and January, and this is how Ethereum can outperform Bitcoin. Paul is bullish on the overall crypto market, recently predicting an exponential increase in the total value of digital assets. Paul said that crypto's market cap of about 1 trillion could explode to 30 trillion in just a decade. So guys, this is huge. Let's go and check out our next news. Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary says crypto hodlers will witness something remarkable in January 2023. What's that? So also World Economic Forum in Davos. This year you are going to see crypto at the top of the list of what is being discussed by global bankers in Davos, specifically around payment system, where we talk about ACH, transfer between banks, or SWIFT transfer internationally. These were private sector innovations decades ago that were heavily regulated by global governments, and for the first time now, products like stablecoins could really disrupt that at a significantly faster, more productive, more transparent, more auditable, but above all, far less expensive system for transferring global assets. Yes. So you are going to see companies like Circle headline at the event. You are going to see a lot of crypto-based conversations at a global level with global governments, and the struggle to find some kind of policy and regulation at that bill, that Stablecoins Transparency Act in the US, in the forefront of that. That it's a bipartisan US bill that I think could be marked up by the time we get to that place, because it will be after the midterms of November 8th, which is going to be significant for crypto policy. So this will be after the midterms elections. I think what will happen in the House will have crypto policy, but I think all of this is going to be really fascinating, and why everybody should stay on their toes. Lots of change coming. Yes, so guys, stablecoin regulation in the US and much awaited usage by TradeFi, traditional finance banks, and also this World Economic Forum will push this to a next level. Yes, but you can say this is not decentralization, but listen, we will have another news that banks are in this DeFi. Union Bank of the Philippines launches Bitcoin and Ethereum trading. So great to see. We are proud to continue Union Bank's series of industry first, this time being the first regulated bank in the country allowing digital currency exchange features for clients. So this is huge. So Philippines, yes, congratulations. 500 billion asset manager Apollo launches new crypto custody service for institutional investors. So guys, this is huge, and they are encouraging institutionals entering the crypto market. Apollo is a leader in the alternatives industry, so their use of Anchorage custody platform is incredibly validating, and we expect this collaboration can set the bar for how institutions work with regulated digital asset banks like Anchorage to provide custody and other services for their crypto holdings. Being both nimble and secure with digital asset portfolios doesn't have to be mutually exclusive, and we are confident this partnership will prove that. Just like Bank of New York Mellon became the first major US bank to safeguard crypto assets alongside traditional investment and other platforms. So this is huge, guys, to see these traditional players entering crypto. Twitter monetization and free speech drove Binance's 500 million injection. CZ, founder of Binance, let's quote, "I believe Twitter has not been monetized well. It has not grown well. There is many tactical problems like bots that spam my comments. There is scammers accounts on there. It's not being run well. But I think the platform has huge value in itself, and especially now with Elon at the helm, we are confident," he added. "We are long-term investors. We believe in strong entrepreneurs. We believe in strong platforms. We believe in free speech. We look at this from a 10, 20, 50, 100-year basis, so little price fluctuation on a monthly basis doesn't bother us. We want to help solve those immediate problems like charging for memberships that can be done very easily by using cryptocurrencies as a means of payment, and Twitter eventually transitions to Web3, such as adopting cryptocurrencies-based payments. So guys, I have some sense that Binance will provide the payment system. So Binance will be the payment provider on Twitter, but this is just my guess. Next, will Elon integrate Dogecoin into Twitter? Coin Bureau looks at potential future use cases of Doge. Can you sell all those Bitcoin hodlers opening their wallets to spend their BTC on Twitter? I'm not sure I can. But just listen, guys, because yes, with Lightning Network you will able to. And like it or loathe it, BTC is now digital gold. And as Gresham Laws states, the more valuable something is perceived to be, the less likely people are to want to spend it. Meanwhile, Doge's share abundance means it's much more likely that people would be willing to actually spend it rather than hodl. And of course, using Doge or indeed any other crypto for that matter has many advantages over fiat currencies too. For one thing, Twitter wouldn't have to set up dozens of specific payment gateways across the world in order to use an internet-based currency that is freely available. Then there is also Doge's low sticker price, which would mean that many who are new to crypto would feel more comfortable using than they would something like BTC. Yes, so we'll see if this will fuel Doge. Further movement. Dogecoin. Elon Musk skyrockets the Doge price again. Here is what's happening. So Elon shared this Twitter Halloween and the Doge in the Twitter t-shirt. Elon Musk, the Dogecoin dog whisperer. So Doge price is nothing new for the crypto market. In recent years, Musk tweets have caused the price to literally explode time and time again. But that's the question, if Elon Musk holds a ton of Doge, or he is just doing and playing the game with Doge. Musk and the other defendant of accused of manipulating Dogecoin price over the year after a gigantic rise of 36,000%, the billionaire allegedly realized his profits and subsequently caused a crash. Okay, so we'll see what's happening with him and with Doge. But I would be cautious after this huge run-up. So next, Coinbase and crypto advocacy group support Ripple in XRP lawsuit with SEC by asking to file amicus briefs. Yes. Coinbase has formally petitioned the SEC to engage in rulemaking for the US digital asset industry so that market participants can have a better idea of what to expect in the future and avoid losses such as those that occurred in this matter. In the absence of a regulatory framework governing digital assets, Coinbase believes that parties like Ripple must be permitted to pursue fair notice defenses in matters where they are facing surprise enforcement action like this one. Yes. Guys, that's it. Let's go and check out my Twitter feed. Definitely follow me at MIKLWestDenkler. Also be sure you follow Korean platform, and definitely follow at laserpunk_gods. So dovish then hawkish, the Fed raises 75 basis points and higher than expected terminal rates could come. Give a like and share. China and Russia may be working on a new gold-backed currency. Really? Digital gold like Bitcoin backed? Or what's this? US aimed to dethrone. Just check this and share. Lightning Network on Twitter will be huge step in Bitcoin's adoption. Great job, Jack Mallers. It can come really early. Yes, so Fed raises interest rates. Cool. Bitcoin charts will melt faces once bouncing on the lower logarithmic trend line. Check this from Joel Mice, and you see this is the logarithmic trend line, and this is the hodl and hodl peaking and hodl bottoming indicator, that hodl peaking, and after hodl peaking the price is intending to go up. Cool, give a like and share. So Eurozone inflation is about 10%, 10.7%, really bad. And breaking Eurozone annual inflation, cool, really bad. Okay, that was this Halloween campaign. Hope you engaged. Ethereum is bullish against BTC by Raw Paul. So this is that we are already talked about. And white paper, the Bitcoin white paper turns 14 years old. So guys, the Bitcoin white paper is 14 years old. Today is the 14th anniversary of Satoshi's Bitcoin white paper. Definitely check this out. We are all Satoshi. Happy Bitcoin white paper day.
Satoshi. Todos somos Satoshi.
Cool, watch this. Will be liquidity taken out at 18 to 16,000. Fed is coming. Yes, we'll see. Also CPI data will come this week. Like the Arbitrum ecosystem develops, check this out. GMX and GNS launch audit is going on currently. Bitcoin weekly PMP crossover under zero is promising. It's happened in previous and followed by massive bull runs. So this is the PME crossovers and weekly price momentum oscillation. Crossover under zero is a promising signal. It's happened in 2015 and 2019 and followed by a massive bull run, and now it's close to crossing, but maybe just after a few days. Definitely follow Laser Pangats because every engagement will count. So guys, that's it. Let's go and check out our farms. Go to Uniswap or PancakeSwap, provide some liquidity there and lock up your LPs and earn up a juicy 330% APRs, and that is how you can get more CorionX reward. Guys, join our Telegram channel, be active there, and also let's check the charts. So let's see what's happening here. So the dollar started to strengthening here. So a stronger dollar, we see DXY is rising, and this is not good. But at least let's check what the stock market is doing. So S&P 500 is down 2.5%, and let's see what Bitcoin is doing. So Bitcoin is down, but less than the S&P 500. So guys, the good news that the S&P 500 is down 2.5% and Bitcoin is down just 1.6%, and still this is kind of consolidation after this breakout. So I'm not worrying until 20,000 and 19,600 will hold. So guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Go and provide liquidity and lock up your LPs on our farms. Follow me and CorionX on Twitter, and see you in the next video. Bye bye. Enjoy your day.